Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Kruse with Embrace Ayurveda, and today I have Irene Ingalls here from the Seattle Sound Temple. And I've known Irene for some years, and I really admire what you've created there, Irene. A hub in the city of Seattle for people to come and to drop in, to heal, to receive sound, maybe to take a sound bowl home with them. But I think it's such a unique offering, a unique space that you provide. And honestly, I wish every city had a place like this, like a hub for sound and for healing in the way that you've created it. So welcome, Irene.
Thank you, Sarah. It's so lovely to be here with you. I always love all your information, and it's an honor. So thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'm just curious. I don't think I've heard this from you before, but I'm curious how you first got into sound healing. What drew you in that direction? What inspired you to explore sound healing further?
It's interesting because now it's so widespread. The people that come to me have seen it somewhere and they have a really strong draw. Like, I want to do this. It wasn't like that for me. But that's how spirit works. Spirit sneaks in and your higher self is, doing the nudge. And so for me, it was going to Egypt. And because that was always close to my heart as a young child. And I met energy worker and some here and worked with her husband, and they were going to Egypt. So in a way that now I lead the same trips to Egypt, but at the time you couldn't have told me that I'd be doing any of this in the future. I would have said, I'm not able to do that. I felt shy. A lot of us have throat chakra blockages and this like, that I can't do that, sort of, that wouldn't be me, that's somebody else. But it was going to Egypt. And then a very dear friend of mine who knew I was going to Egypt told me about Tom Kenyon. And so that was about 18 years ago. And I went to my first Tom Kenyon event and I almost didn't go. And this is one of those moments where I was reading his Hathor book, and it was so, I completely related to all of it. I was reading it before I fell asleep. And then this other part of my consciousness came in, the part of you that sometimes doesn't want you to grow. I don't know if I think we all have that where the ego is like, no, don't go there. That's too weird. People won't like you. So I thought, I can't go. This is so weird, even though it was really, really, I knew it in my heart. So I put the book down. That night I had a dream with the Hathors, and it was so vivid. Long story short, I went the next day to that event, and I saw a painting of a Hathor on stage, and it was the person in my dream. And I knew I was in the right place. It was very uncomfortable. I really was out of my element, I was surrounded by psychic people who were just all incredible. And here I was a visual artist and always been in interest in all these things. So that was it. Tom became my first teacher. I worked with him for almost 18 years, did everything he ever taught. He in my mind, he's the best sound healer teacher in the world. He doesn't teach anymore. And he, that's where I bought my first crystal bowl, one of the white frosted bowls. And that's really how I started in sound healing. And then the other important part, throat chakra piece, is that because everybody goes through this, you want to do this and you're drawn to it. And then there's this other part of you, that part that comes in. It's like, oh no, people will think you're so weird. You can't do that. So I took sound healing. I took all Reiki. I took shamanic healing. My life just expanded. And as I started to practice with people, initially I thought I would only work on my family. It's like, this is just for myself. And when I look at what's happened today with the Sound Temple and all the people that come and the community we've built and how big it's gotten, it wouldn't be this way, Sarah, if I had stayed small, and listen to that part was like, no, you can't do that. It's always I feel like now, if it's something you're afraid of, that's the sign to jump in.
Yes. That's the sign. And you are a living example of this, Irene. You listened to the call, you followed your heart, you took risk, you might have faced criticism, you did it anyway.
You have, you have to do that, because it gets really uncomfortable. Inside, that there's so much landscape here that is wanting to be explored and gifted to the world. We're all gifts to this world, all of us, and we all have these talents. It's really just, I say, it's just like going to the restaurant, and there's different flavors and different cuisines to choose from, and we all pick the cuisine that we happen to love. I love sound, and I love art. And
it sounds like sound has been a vehicle for great healing in your own life. So you have this personal experience with that yourself, and then wanting to share that with others. I'm curious what you've witnessed for yourself or your clients over the years, the impact that sound has had on your neurology, your physiology, your emotions, and just how you feel in your life.
What I've noticed, and now has become natural to me, is that when I feel stressed, if I start to sing or tone or hum, really it just starts to hum, things start to shift really quickly. And some people, I'm one of those people that also gets the messages through song lyrics in my head, that are pertain to what is going on in my inside world. And I'll start singing that song, and I'll pay attention to the lyrics. And if I'm stressed, I just start to sing and tone. And I've tried to put really, it's so simple. I try to share that with everybody, how simple that is, because most people are afraid of their voice and expressing their voice. They were shamed when they were younger about their voice and that they can't sing. But this isn't singing. This is toning, like Brahmarie, like pranic sound work. We are toning, and you can immediately feel your body go into rest. And it has to do with breathing too. You're breathing, and then you can give out a really long tone. We knew this when we were kids. You stub your toe. What did you do? Yeah. Screamed, ouch. Felt better.
Yes. Well, I'm just really hearing that you followed your heart. You listened to your intuition. And I think as women in our society these days, with so many things pulling us in different directions, we can override these inner callings for our heart's desire and our inner fulfillment. And it's just beautiful to see that you have listened to that, and that you are showing other people that this is an option for them too. So I'm just really happy that you followed your vision that day and moved toward it, and created a place for people to come and explore their own healing and sound. So at the Seattle Sound Temple, these days, are you holding private sound sessions and then group sessions and workshops, or what do your services look like these days, Irene?
So that's a great question. I do private sound healing sessions. So those are one-on-ones, and also with couples or pairs. Every week I hold what we call a sound ceremony, because to me, the whole gathering in a group, so that it's small. So there's 12 of us, there's the gongs, and I play 36 bowls, and I channel and I sing and I tone light language, which is another part of me that dropped in, and my brain and everything screamed like, oh no, now this is happening. Okay. And I'm really comfortable with it all. So there's that. There's community events every week. There's private sound healings. We have a basics bowl class that we do every couple months, very basic, where we go over basics and some vocal things. There's a trip to Peru that is coming up, which I'm really excited to be working with Ashira, who's leading or co-leading, and it's incorporating sound and the sacred sites of Peru. And that is, we begin April 11th, I believe. Everybody arrives. Yes.
People on that retreat are going to just be blown away. Just so many delights and treats for them along the journey of this retreat. I've been to Peru with Ashira and it's amazing. And plus you're adding the element of sound. Wow.
It's going to be fantastic. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. So there's those sorts of things. And then there's workshops that happen there.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, and people can come anytime. People can come and make an appointment and come just look at the bowls and play the bowls. We now have the largest crystal alchemy bowls that Crystal Tones makes. I have one of the first 6. And people are welcome to come and play that. It's a very low tone. It just purrs, it's just like, so you can come and visit.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of different gatherings happening where there's sound healing or bowls present, but it didn't used to be like this. I think you're one of the first in Seattle to really provide this to the community and kind of normalize it and include it in different gatherings. And I think a lot of people are familiar these days with the white frosted bowls, but I've been in your sound temple and seen some of the beautiful bowls, and it seems like they are made of different materials, different colors, different tones. There's a lot more variety out there than your traditional white frosted ones, right?
Yes, I wish I had one with me right now. There's one over there, but I hate to leave the screen blank. Yes, these are alchemy bowls. They are made with pure quartz, almost pure quartz crystal and gemstones. So you see morganite will be very pink, or rose quartz will be pink, and then they put platinum or precious metals on them. There's gold, and gold under the fire and the alchemy turns different colors. So you see blue, or you see yellow, or you see there's a black gold, you see peridot, you see amethyst bowls, and they're I call them the Steinway pianos of the crystal bowl singing world. They are the finest bowls, and they have a longer sustain. They're different, but I learned on the white frosted bowls, and then once you sort of hear these, it's like, that's what happened to me. I still have my first frosted bowl, and I love how it introduced me to sound.
They're so beautiful, the variety. And I've heard people say that they've been drawn to one bowl or another, like the bowls almost pick you or draw you into them.
They do. It's very fun. People come and they'll look at a couple bowls, they'll play them. No, or sometimes a bowl won't play for somebody because everything is sound and vibration. We are vibration. We are sound. We are we're bowls ourselves. So sometimes the bowls and us don't harmonize and the bowl won't play. So that's clear. It's like speed dating. And then somebody will say, well, what about that bowl? We'll bring it down and it'll be their perfect match. So we try to find bowls that support your voice so that so they're non-judgmental singers is what we do. So I think it's really important to meet your bowl, sing with it, see how it supports your voice, because as women, we want to be supported as anybody, needs to be supported with their voice.
Yeah, and it's true also, right, that these bowls are for everyone. It's just a matter of finding your bowl, finding your voice with it. If someone is feeling like maybe they're not so musical, they can still have a bowl in their life.
Absolutely. And toning with it. And then you learn to harmonize with it. And then you start to create binaurals with it. And binaurals balance your brain waves, and binaurals put you in that theta state really quickly. And you feel elated. I mean, that's one of the easiest ways for sound to change your attitude during the day. You don't have to even have a bowl. You just start humming and toning, and you'll create those binaurals yourself and uplift yourself.
Because like you said, we are bowls as well. I love that.
Your voice is your most powerful sound healing tool. The voices.
Absolutely. Amazing. Irene, if someone wants to schedule a session with you or come and see the bowls, play with the bowls, how do they reach you?
Well, a great way is to go on the website. They can go on the website and there's a scheduling page there and lots of descriptions. So that's seattlesoundtemple.com. Very simple. And that's the best way. That's the best way. And I love having people just come and explore. They can just come for a bowl consultation, play all the bowls, have fun for an hour. And
you're located in kind of the Fremont Wallingford neighborhood of Seattle?
Yes, we're about 6 blocks below the zoo on Fremont Avenue. We're hidden behind this 2 restaurants, Rock Creek and You Need a Burger. We have a little secret gate that you find.
Well, I am long overdue for stopping by and to see you and to see the temple. So I'm going to put that on my calendar next time I'm in Seattle.
Wonderful. I always love seeing you. It's fun to have you pop in.
Thank you. Well, I'd love to ask you one more question today, Irene. I'm curious if you have any words of wisdom for us, any particular thought or concept you've been sitting with or aha moment you've had that you want to share.
I sure do. They change all the time, but the overriding thing, the thing that's been really working for me is to really work on removing the thoughts from my head and moving into my heart so that I can think from my heart. And I've been practicing going slower to go faster because going slower allows us to tune into our intuition. And when we go fast, we're kind of on automatic, and we find that maybe we're not doing things that we really want to do, which brings me to the other piece of wisdom I have, which is finding in each moment your highest excitement. Your highest excitement. And it might just be going for a walk instead of writing your newsletter, which is what I did this Saturday. And now, when I write my newsletter, I'm going to be feeling really excited about it. So following your highest excitement, moving slow to go faster, and thinking from your heart, pausing and thinking from your heart, or just like acting from your heart.
Such profound words of wisdom. And I can see that you really are living these too, Irene. And I'm especially inspired by the living from your excitement and making time for that. Oftentimes, I've seen with myself sometimes and other clients that we'll put those things we love the most as the last thing in the day or on the back burner. Oh, when I finish these 10 tasks, then I'll go do this thing I love so much. But when we do that thing we love so much first, then it just gives us so much more prana or fuel, enthusiasm for all the other things, right?
Oh my gosh, I just got such a rush of that feeling in my body, all that pranic. That's true. That's true.
And to give ourselves permission to do that, right?
Yeah. Yes. We have permission. We are the creators of our experience. And those little thoughts that are telling us, no, don't change. You can't before, la, 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 all that. It's not very life-giving, but yeah.
Well, I'm going to definitely be thinking about those points you just shared. I love that so much. And I could go on talking with you for a couple more hours about this, Irene, but I'll see you in person shortly and we'll carry on. But wishing you all the best with your upcoming retreat to Peru and all that you're creating and offering to the community. So thank you so much for chatting with me today, Irene.
My pleasure. And thank you, everybody, and on all the hearts in the world that are listening to this. Love to everybody.
Lots of love.
Lots of love. Bye-bye.